Salutations, YouTubers. This is PrezofHP with JV here.
Hello.
And this is Philosophically Speaking, the show where we explore the deep expanses of the universe, searching for answers for humanity.
And science.
And science, yes. So today's topic will be the pursuit of happiness.
Ooh, like you mean not the Will Ferrell movie, the Will Smith movie with his little son, and they're like, poor and stuff?
And it's like the American dream? Well,
yeah.
I guess, because your rights are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Oh.
And that's like...
In America, not Russia.
In Russia?
Mm-mm. Nope.
Oh, they don't have liberty or life.
They don't have life, no.
Or happiness.
They're just there.
That's why they have vodka.
They just exist.
I'm sorry if you're Russian and we offended you.
Yeah.
But all of you people are alcoholics.
Yep.
Just kidding. Okay, moving on. What is happiness?
Well, tell me what is happiness.
I think just happiness is being content with who you are, what you're doing, and like feeling good about yourself. So like self-esteem comes along with that, and just a sense of accomplishment.
So, would you say that happiness is strictly an emotion, or is it more than that? Is it a state of mind?
It is kind of a state of mind. It is kind of just an emotion, I guess you could say, just because like you have your endorphins and all your brain hormones going through, and maybe you could simplify it to that, and happiness is just as simple as like some chemical in your brain.
Right.
But then again, like you still get happiness from like things happening in your life.
Right.
So what do you think happiness is?
I think you summed it up pretty well. There's definitely, I think, there's, how do I explain this? I feel like happiness is, I think you can try to become happy. Does that make sense? Like you can force happiness upon.
It's like a mentality. Like
right.
People in North Korea are happy even though they're starving and.
Right. Well, they're brainwashed, so it's not like.
So maybe it is just a state of mind.
Right. I think it is. I think it's a state of mind.
Okay.
And I think it's a response to emotion, perhaps.
Yes. So like, it's your perceived like self-accomplishment and whatnot. I guess.
Right. And what you define as happiness, I suppose.
So just viewing the world as a good place and nothing bad is happening. I guess that's happiness.
Yeah.
So in North Korea, where even if you're starving, you're still happy because Kim Jong-il
is awesome.
Is dead, but
you made his son.
His Kim Jong-un is caring for you.
He's equally as awesome.
Yep.
Perhaps even more awesome.
He's like the grandson of God. That's like. Mm-hmm. It's like way beyond just.
Was Kim Jong-il the son of God?
Yeah, and then Kim Il-sung soon.
That was Kim Jong-il's dad. What was he? Was he God?
He was God. He's
God's
God.
God's brother?
He's still president of North Korea. He's God.
Oh.
He's their God.
Right. Sorry, North Koreans. That's weird.
Yeah, if you're watching this video, and you're in North Korea, I salute you for getting through their firewalls. So good job.
Yep.
Okay, so Jackson, this is a very personal question. What brings you happiness? What do you think brings you happiness?
Oh God. Tough question. Wish we could have some Jeopardy music so I could think about this for quite a little bit.
Time's up.
Okay.
Answer. What is happiness?
What brings me happiness? I like setting a goal and reaching it. That brings me happiness. Friends and family bring me happiness.
Does running a YouTube channel bring you happiness?
Sure. Yeah.
When you have positive comments and you give a nice thumbs up. I'm just kidding.
Hint, wink, wink, and subscribe. This brings me great happiness.
Really helps me out.
Yeah, but I just say, the bread and butter. The typical answer, I would say.
You meet my needs, and there's nothing bad going on in my life. So just like, so what you're saying is like sense of self-accomplishment. You set goals and you fulfill them.
Right. That's super, super satisfying. And I guess that definitely brings about, like, I remember the day when I was walking home from school, when I was a sophomore in high school. Now I'm a senior, of course. and I got the email from Machinima, and they were like, using Machinima, dog.
And I was super happy.
I was like super, super happy. And I also get like really excited about stuff, and I guess, yeah. It's just general stuff like that. It's hard. It's really hard to define, honestly, to come out and say what makes you happy. But yeah, I'd just say that in general.
Yeah, that's about right. I think I'm a little different in that I don't really know what brings me happiness.
Yes.
Just guess being with friends, and I mean, a good test grade kind of makes me happy occasionally, and that's like a sense of it. Going back to the sense of accomplishment, I know that probably makes me like a huge grade school fag, but oh well, I don't care. Like I know the time where I got my score for like all these tests, I was really happy, and that's just an example I can think of off the top of my head. And accomplishment and being recognized for things is also kind of what makes me happy, and just a sense of like not having anything bad going on at all.
Right.
So maybe I'm just like can't pinpoint what brings me happiness just because I'm like a cynic asshole, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the whole sense of accomplishment thing, I think, is a huge source of happiness for a lot of people. I mean, I'm not going to speak for everybody, but I think we both find that accomplishment brings us happiness.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, that's something. So we're talking about the pursuit of happiness. So like, how do you pursue your happiness without infringing upon other people's happiness?
That's interesting. I'm a firm believer in like that whole accomplishment thing. You set a goal, and if you just put everything into it, you're going to reach that goal. And I don't really I don't know if there's any rule that says that you can't. I don't know. What do you mean by getting in the way of other people's happiness? You mean like
I want every single penny in the United States, and I don't care if it screws everyone over. Like that's infringing upon other people's happiness.
Okay, well, are we assuming that I'm like some huge dick and I just want to capitalize on everybody?
Number one rule of how not to infringe on other people's happiness: don't be a dick.
Pretty much. I mean, I don't know. My idea of achieving happiness, I suppose, is not like stepping on other people and just, I don't know. Why do I need to go through other people? Why do I need to even involve myself with other people to achieve happiness?
That's a good point, and I think that's the right answer. Is you don't infringe upon other people's pursuit of happiness. Well, I mean, there's stuff like money that someone's gonna have to get the short end of the stick, pretty much.
Right.
And so you're infringing upon, not directly infringing upon someone's happiness, but like.
Yeah. Again, that's another thing. Like maybe you're interviewing with a job with some guy, and you're both in a waiting room, and you're just looking at him, and you know you're gonna get that job. I guess this is just really random scenario, but you know, if you do get that job and he doesn't get that job, it's not like you're directly like, hey man, I'm stepping on your dreams and getting my happiness.
Yeah, I think there has to be, I mean, there is conflict between people pursuing their own interest and pursuing their own happiness, but I think conflicts really resolve themselves if you have the right set of mind and kind of like rationalize yourself through what's going on.
Yeah, and also I was also thinking, like, what about people that are closer to you? You know, friends and family. That can be kind of tricky, you know, when you're trying to pursue happiness.
Like, are you saying when your parents come in and they stop you from playing Xbox and they like tear your Xbox out of the wall and throw it out a window because they want to spend time with you, kind of happiness?
No, like, sorry, mom and dad, I'm leaving home to pursue my happiness in another state. Goodbye.
That
kind of happiness.
Jackson is leaving the state to go to college.
I'm going to.
He's getting as far away as possible.
I am getting the hell out of here. But seriously, I think also that actually can probably factor in more than just that whole step, you know, inadvertently stepping on someone else's happiness. But
so just avoidance as opposed to like, you know, they pursue, like, what's it called? There's the avoidance, like, or confront, avoid thing, and then there's like confront different kinds of conflicts. So,
right, yeah.
So I'm not gonna go into those types of conflict. Sorry.
What is that from psychology?
That's a psychological idea, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Something that we talked about in AP psychology, but not really relevant.
Right.
Kind of relevant, but not really that relevant to pursuit of happiness.
Right.
So maybe you guys tell us in the comments down below what brings you happiness. How do you, I mean, if you can think of scenarios where you like infringe upon other people's happiness in pursuit of your own happiness.
Let us know.
And what is happiness to you guys? So just leave those down below. And
also,
we like your feedback.
Right. We want feedback, and we also want future topics, as always. And yes,
we stress future topics because we haven't really used any of the topics in the well, no, we really haven't used any of the topics in the comments down below because they're kind of
just make sure they're philosophical.
Yeah, some of them either aren't philosophical or they aren't something that we want to cover at the moment.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So, yep, leave philosophical topics for the future. Also, be sure to head over to Jolly Red Giant for more entertaining, awesome content on a regular basis. Talk to you guys later.
Peace.